and then the funding. Because these are two critical issues, two critical variables with respect to, we really want to know with respect to data and funding, what the states are doing. But let me come to Honorable Commissioner Christina States. I understand the importance of the knowledge of learning disabilities and its impact on the education of children with special needs. And it's very important for educators and caregivers to have this knowledge, to understand that particular subsector of the education system, ecosystem. I'm aware that your state is recruiting teachers or has concluded arrangement for that. We would like to know what your state is doing to ensure that caregivers, educators understand the significance of special education for special needs students or children in that direction, and then possibly how the state will go about it to ensure that they have special attentions, whether in an exclusive setting or in their own resource center. Thank you.
Okay, good morning all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Dr. Leo, for this opportunity to be able to shed some light in terms of what's going on in the state. So I just want to quickly give you a background. I'm actually a certified Montessorian teacher, and my first contact with special needs was over 20 years ago. I studied the Montessori curriculum. I learned about Maria Montessori. She's the founder. She actually developed that Montessori curriculum for special needs children. She was an Italian physics profession, and she went into studying children with disability. Aside from that, I have been in special needs world for the last 14 years in my own private school. So I am very much aware of how important it is to have every child be given the equal opportunity in the mainstream school. Now, in Katsina State, so I've just been the commissioner for 5 months, and I have a lot of things running through my mind. The first thing I said to the governor when we sat down and we're talking is, what are the plans for special needs? And he said to me, oh, we have centers and schools for the blind and the, hearing impaired. And I was waiting for more, and that was it. And I said, oh, Your Excellency, we have a lot of work to do. And he said, really? And I said, yes. And I didn't want to bore him with the technical details. So I went back to the office and I brought everyone on the team and I said, okay, my goal for 2024 is on special needs. We have different components that we're looking at. I want us to focus on special needs. I went around schools myself, and walking around, I would hear, oh, we're just managing this child. Well, what's wrong with him? We don't know. So there's a gap in knowledge, understanding, and accepting. Because in the North, it's almost like a taboo to say you have a child. Well, they don't even think of it as a mental disability. They say the child is mad or he's been possessed. So for me, the first thing I would want us to do as a state is community engagement with all the stakeholders. And I think we mentioned it here yesterday. It's very important that we start to change the narrative, change our thought process. That's number one. Number two, I believe in learning through play because by nature I'm a Montessorian. So I want to make sure that even the normal children learn through play. So it's hands-on based activities. We have to identify what works for the different types of children in their learning capacities. We have children who learn visually by watching. We have children that learn through touching things, sensory. So that's another key area for me. Allocation of funds. The state has actually allocated 20% of its budget to education. And our main focus is really training. Training for the teachers, training for the staff that go out for quality assurance. And then now we have to find consultants. I have told the state that we need to spend money to fix that aspect because we don't have the qualified special needs teachers. So I am looking and I'm networking and I'm engaging with consultants to come in and do training for the teachers, and then we will have master trainers as well, so that we have continuous training all year round. So it will almost be like part of their professional development. Sorry, one last thing. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. So I hear what everyone is saying, that we need to include these children in the academics. What about the social life skills? How are we preparing them to actually function properly in the real world? Is our workforce ready for these children? When you go abroad, they're everywhere. They're in the supermarkets, they're in the banks, they're in the playgroups, they're in the schools, actually teaching children. We are not even thinking about that. So I have tasked my governor, and I said to him, we have to revive the vocational institutions to be able to teach not just special needs, all the children. We have a lot of out-of-school children, Almajira children. What are we doing for them? So for me, I feel I am looking, hindsight is a beautiful thing. If I give these children the literacy skills, the math skills, to the best of my ability,